Well, good evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your financial market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the evening, as we're here now on Thursday, the 2nd of October already, 2025. It's the end of the Jewish holiday, Yom Kippur, so everybody, best year to you that you can get. And now the trading volumes will pick up, and that's traditional. It'd be at the stock market, the futures. A lot of the people are in synagogue today, and you saw what happened in Manchester, a terrible incident again. It's all over the world. All right. So they tried to break a number of markets today. They started with the metals. At one time, gold from its high to low was down $80 an ounce. It came back, only finishing down about 30, and it's making up a good part of that already. Silver's a bit weaker than that, and it too got hit pretty hard. But here's the impressions I get. Every time the stock market tries to roll down, it's met by buyers. Until there's some event that shows itself up that just says, hey, you shouldn't be buying this anymore, it's not there. If you think the shutdown's that event, it isn't so far. You've got to get further into it. This often takes a week to 2 weeks where the public then says, I want my job, I want this. Restaurants start complaining. It's got to work through the system. And at this point, it doesn't appear that Democrats and Republicans even want to talk to each other. They're from outer space. I've heard nothing on the Israel-Hamas situation. What I did read today, I didn't like. I was reading that Hamas is going to reject the deal. And at that point, the United States isn't going to be there. They're not going to be pressured. I can tell you that we won't be pressured. Trump will wash his hands of it. He'll say, there's nothing I can do to make it happen. He's got a number of Arab countries with it. Europe's behind the deal. Israel says it'll do the deal. And Hamas realizes this is it. If they give in on this, and from their point of view, they give up the hostages, they have no bargaining chip, they're giving up their arms, what do they have left? So for those couple of thousand fighters that are left, the movement, if you will, and the hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, I guess their opinion is they're doing the right thing for all those Palestinians. I'll let everybody figure that one out on their own. I mention it because now that the Jewish holiday's over, be careful. Things are going to accelerate. The dollar came up again today, and it's not breaking out, but it's finding support at key numbers, and that's very important. So when we take a look here, you see the S&P Global Group's going to release their final September service sector PMI tomorrow. And the word is final. So this is the revision off the prelim. The prelim came in at 53.9. They're looking for a 54. The ISM is going to release their September service sector index number at 9 in the morning. They're looking for a 52 reading compared to the August 52 reading. There will not be, to the best of my knowledge, the U.S. jobs report, which everybody wanted to see. And now we'll be getting what to do, the CPI and the PPI reports. I'm not looking for them to come out. It will take time. And by the way, if they released the CPI, PPI, you haven't cut the right data. When they shut these agencies down, they're down. So the data they'd have would be incomplete, would be the kind word. We're better off not seeing it till they have everything the way that they want. That would be my opinion. On the energy markets, I hope you're looking at that report that I put out on the WTI crude and the USO for the ETF. I am still very bearish on these markets. As I said, holding right here. So let's take a look at right now chart action. If you were to finish right here, you'd be up another percentage point for the week at an all-time high close. As we take a look right here, nothing here looks bearish. You would not realize, I'm telling you, unless you wrote on your chart, this is where the shutdown is, that's going on. You have higher lows, higher highs. You still have a bullish situation. You're not getting breaks in the market. I mean, if you're trying to buy a break, you're doing this. When's the last time we had a 3% break in this market, let alone a 5%? Months ago. So you're just sitting here watching the market make its move. Will it get ahead of itself? I don't know. It typically gets stronger into the end of the year. Higher lows, higher highs. I see resistance at a new all-time high of 67.92.5. When we look at where the market's at, and you see that there, you see that you're trying to re-embed again. So that breakdown occurred when you lost the bullish reading. You made your run to the 18-day average. You held it. When's the last time you were able to close under that number? The beginning of September. And then when you went up and made a new high after that, game was over. You really just kept moving all the way on. When we look at the NASDAQ, same thing. You haven't been able to get under the 18-day average. You lost your bullish rating. You made your run to it. That's what I kept telling you. And now Bollinger Band's your next target. When you look at the Dow, I can tell you I had orders in, resting orders today for my subscribers. I didn't put the orders in. They'd have to put them in. That I recommended buys in the market. They didn't even get close to being filled. They were off 100 points at least. But that's not so much. But didn't get it. The resistance now right up here. This market, unlike the others, not trying to embed. It is overbought as can be. It's not the place to be right now. The opportunity to buy is now, that door closed temporarily. In the Russell, you had a market that's corrected. It's overbought condition. Let me put it this way. Overbought here, then the correction. Correction's over is what I'm trying to say. My grammar's wrong. Out of this eye, I'm watching the Cubs game. And I see what's coming on right through here. It's nice when you got all these TVs. And 24.99.5 is the next resistance point as I see it. In the DAX, this is not a breakout number. You closed right in the center of the range of today's high, but you're certainly over the Bollinger Bands. You've exploded with what we call a vertical price rise in the market. It's overbought. No telling where the shorts are because they're getting caught here. You're making your run for your all-time highs right now in the marketplace. When we take a look at where we're at now in the 10-year note, look at the battleground and study it. You're right at the 18-day average. That's where the market's trying to figure out what to do from there. Same as in the 2-year note. Void of trends, back up to an area. They're trying to figure out what do they do next. Dollar held the break of yesterday into the 18-day average, spent the day rallying. Unless you take out the lows of Wednesday, this market, until you take that out, why not take a run at 98.13? It's all in there. The first resistance was hit today at 97.64. You are in a market that is not an overbought condition. It's close, but it's not quite there. When we look at the euro, look where it failed on its run up to the 18-day average. They're mirrors of each other, and you went the other way in this. In the British pound, I was telling my subscribers, I think the pros are selling the market right here. They'll put stops over that high, and they'll see what they can drive the market to. When we look at Bitcoin, it's wild. You've gone from a Bollinger Band bottom to a Bollinger Band top, to another bottom, to another top. It gives you no reprieve. You're either throwing a dart at the board, forget chart patterns, they're not there. You're just moving in violent swings in the market. Very difficult to trade anything like that. Let me come back to where I was. My thumb moved. In the energies, another vertical price break in this too. And heating oil can't stand the pressure. It's being pulled down to the 200-day average, the 100 and lower Bollinger Band. So you've got all these markets down here. They're oversold. You can get bounces, and that's what you want to see in some of these for your opportunities. Now, as you heard me say, I have my report there for you on the energies. Tomorrow is the last day. It's on our website. Go to iraepstein.com. The report is right here if you want to look at it. You can also click up here. You'll see an icon from YouTube. Give that a click. You'll see the link. Take you right there. You can go to it any way you want. I advise you at least give it a look. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great evening. I'll catch up with everyone in the other videos tonight. And of course, in the morning flash update, I have one word to say. Go Cubs. Take care.